Hello, this is David Allen of Abbey Floor Care. We're in Tooting, South London, SW17 to restore the polish to a Botticini marble tile floor. We were called in because the customer had a few issues with the floor. The floor had started to go dull in high traffic areas. There were quite a lot of dull etch marks that the customer was becoming increasingly frustrated with because they were very visible compared to the shine on the surrounding floor. The grout lines were also soiled and the customer had damaged the finish on the tiles where they had tried to clean the grout. These pictures show part of the dining area next to the patio doors, and you can see how the marble is dull and in need of cleaning and polishing. This room shows the surface of the marble has worn, with micro scratching from foot traffic taking the shine away from the marble. The tiles had been laid quite well, but there was lippage of up to 2 mm in places. This image demonstrates the problems that can happen with uneven marble tiles or lippage. The arrows show that the 4 adjoining tiles are all sloping in different directions. This means that where there is, say, 2 mm high in one plane, it is also 2 mm lower at the other end, so a total difference of 4 mm needs to be ground away. In this case, there were two options. 1. Machine grind the floor to remove all the lippage and create a monolithic floor, then hold and polish. 2. Do not grind but rely on aggressive honing to remove the scratches and light lippage up to around about 1 mm and smooth the edges of the deep lippage and then repolish. In this situation, the client decided against a full grind as there were a number of small rooms and the amount of edge grinding in particular brought the cost outside of the client's budget. We first applied protective tape to the skirting boards. We started by honing the floor with 50 grit resin bond diamonds and then 120 grit, 200 grit, 400 grit and 800 grit discs. The honing discs were placed on a flexible carrier plate so they could follow the contours of the floor without chipping the edges of the individual marble tiles. And this creates an even smooth finish. And we removed around about 1 mm of stone. As the floor was not initially ground smooth, there were some areas of picture framing where the edges of the stone tiles were too low to be honed. And the image demonstrates how the edges of 4 tiles here are too low for even a flexible honing pad. So we then used 800 grit honing powder with a rotating brush to create a dull even finish, because if these areas were not powder honed they would show up because the finish was created by a different polishing process. The floor was then honed twice more with 1500 grit and 3000 grit resin bond diamond disc. This created a high sheen ready for final powder polishing. Once the floor had been powder polished, it had a beautiful deep gloss finish. We then applied 2 coats of penetrating impregnating sealer to help protect the finish from spots and spills. If you have a marble floor that is dull and uninviting and you would like it to look beautiful and shiny, please call Abbey Floor Care on 0800 695 0180 or visit our website at www.abbeyfloorcare.co.uk.